So where we been doing, man?
No, this ain't how we're starting.
What have we been doing? It's been a long time since the podcast. It's been over a week.
When was the last time we recorded? Thursday?
No, last Saturday.
It was last Saturday.
It's been over a week.
I know, and it was no fault of mine.
And the world went to hell in a handbasket.
Because the Noahidols weren't here.
Now the
But we're here
Noahidols
now. Episode 38 of the Noahidols podcast. This is my man right here, Joe.
Facts.
My man right here.
Troublesome today.
Troublesome today. You've been troublesome all weekend.
Not really. Not more than you. But
And
we'll
I'm
get into that later.
007.
We'll
I'm
get into that
007.
later.
We're back to pod, baby. We got a lot to cover.
Yeah, we do.
I'm excited. We
No.
even got notes for you because we're at.
Oh, no, yeah, we do.
Okay, well, put your phone down.
No, I got to get
Let's
to my
get
notes.
to the shits. You don't
Right,
need
cause
notes for nothing that happened this whole week.
Right. Because we're not going to be like that one podcast and start talking about LeBron James when there's clearly an issue.
Right, we're not doing none of that.
No, I got my notes. I got my notes.
Okay, go ahead.
So don't worry about it.
But yeah, I mean.
So obviously the country's going to hell in a handbasket right now as we're speaking.
We did just do fucking 20 podcasts on the coronavirus. That's old news.
Right. And we get to get back to our roots. We got started as the Black Lives Matter podcast.
Right.
The very first
The
one.
Grassroots podcast.
Yeah.
Literally.
No, Shane, tell them about your weekend.
I had
You got a very productive, outstanding.
I don't know if productive was, but sometimes causes like this, you don't gotta be as productive.
But you definitely got
No,
in your,
productive was the word.
Yeah, you got in your video.
Yeah, but
back.
that's not really productive. That's not
Well,
really.
then what do you consider
That was like
productive?
That was like fun.
Yeah.
That was productive. Definitely productive.
Yeah, spread the message,
In
brother.
the eyes of the beholder. But, yeah, we got to get out this weekend and get active. And really
Really get active.
get active. And,
Take a few punches to the
in
face.
Dayton on, what was that, Saturday?
Yep.
In Dayton on Saturday. Got to partake in the protest downtown. Courtyard, I think it was Courtyard Plaza.
Yep.
We got there at 3 o'clock. And we were getting ready to leave around 6. And then they said, hold up, it's getting real.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but it was definitely cool to be a part of that. As much as we can joke about it and stuff.
And I don't want to say that it was like fun, but when it was over, it was like, damn, like you said, it was. You feel glad to be a part of something
history,
like that,
like,
right? And on the right side of history.
on the right side.
That's
of
what
history.
it is. And for even just standing for what you believe in, or just doing what you feel is necessary. So, but I mean, fun isn't the word, but
Literally, while I was there, I'm just like,
it's
crazy that this is happening, right?
Yeah,
like in my youth too,
Right.
like in my
Prime.
prime, like.
When you could choke a nigga.
I guess, but I mean, just not having much responsibility. Like, I don't know.
This is the craziest time. This is good. This is like going down as one of the craziest years like ever.
This is the craziest year ever.
Even if you scratch coronavirus, it's already been nuts.
Right.
Yeah, I'm saying it's definitely the craziest year of our life. I'm talking about like of history, of American history.
Yeah.
Like it's getting up there.
The fall of America,
Yeah.
guys.
Exactly.
Before we get, I mean, obviously, it was all from the George Floyd
Right. Yeah.
murder. So,
Yeah,
I mean, before we get any further,
Rest in peace.
rest in peace to that king.
Another unjust murder.
Yeah, that cop is a different, I don't want to say different sick, but yeah.
He's a sick man. Sick man who deserves to be hung.
That won't happen, but jail for life at least.
Yeah, but he's been since last time we potted that's happened, and he's been arrested and charged with third-degree murder and manslaughter, which are the lowest of low on the totem pole, but max of 25 years. He'll probably do 7, 10.
That's what I was telling my dad today.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If he only does 10 or something, that's bull.
And all this though is like.
It's a slap in the
Like, I
face.
know we're doing all the protests and stuff right now because the George Floyd one was a direct, like that was what followed all this followed George Floyd, but 3 weeks?
Oh, you talking about
Yeah, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and like it's just you can't. I kept seeing people like I understand we're doing this for George Floyd, I understand that, but it's also just a combined like.
Yeah, so we've
pent up rage of everything before, yes,
Right.
but a 3-week, a small time period. It's like
the straw that broke the camel's back.
Well, the whole country has been on edge during this whole pandemic anyway. So it's like the most horrible
we've all
time
pent up and
we're all stuck inside and out of jobs,
for a protest,
out of jobs, out of money,
out of hope.
out of hope for a lot of Americans, and there's just no real leadership in Washington, and it's evident now.
Really anywhere.
Really anywhere, but especially in Washington
Right.
when there needs to be during this pandemic, and it's just been a real clown and a shit show, and so you got real Americans that are pissed off, and then you also got those unjust killings that happened. So it was just a perfect mix for a volcano, and I mean, you could have seen it coming, and I don't see it stopping.
Because this time, this is the first time I've seen officers speak back out. I would have gone to a predominantly white high school. I would have liked to see more of my peers that I went to high school with speak up. Still waiting to hear from some of them, but there's been a lot more than usual. White people stand up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And just be like, it's almost to the point to where it's kind of like we got this one this time.
Right.
Y'all, we're gonna stand up this time and we're gonna help y'all out. Because this is getting out. It was already out of hand. I apologize because I didn't realize it before, but we're gonna help this time.
I really, really pray that he even though we all know that he's gonna get sentenced, he needs to get sentenced, because if they think that them Rodney King or whatever's going on bad that's happening now, if he gets off free, this cop.
Oh, he can't.
These riots right here are nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
They appointed a new DA because they're really trying to.
There was no riots. I mean, there wasn't that many riots beforehand. I mean, when they just saw the beating Rodney King, it's when he got off. That's when the motherfucking city blew up.
Yeah.
So that will not be good.
They said that this is the biggest.
The most.
It was in 30 states at one time.
Yeah, the most. What was it? Protesting. And
it was like the most. It said like the most. That map. You saw like the map or whatever.
Yeah.
It was. There was like all the states except for like Alabama. It was like 6 states or something like that at the time had a protest. Yeah.
Right.
And then it went global. France, Toronto,
North Korea.
North Korea.
Or not. I'm sorry. Not North Korea.
Not
I think it was
Korea,
China.
but
South Korea maybe.
I saw other countries doing it.
yeah, other countries stepped in and stuff like that. So
And it's because really we talked about before in this podcast, but we are now in our mid-20s, and you was on the phone. I'll let you talk about that conversation, but just listening to you talk, I'm just thinking like, yeah, this generation, even just police brutality, but just none of that we always talk about.
No, because this is the generation we're the generation that the elders prayed for. And on the phone with a person, I was telling them the story and kind of the analogy of the Bible and Moses and Exodus and the people of that with the elders and stuff like that in Egypt. They were afraid of Pharaoh. Did it?
Oh yeah, maybe. Well.
Anyways, they were afraid of Pharaoh and stuff like that. And the younger generation they seen it. And they were so tired of it, they were basically saying, y'all are conditioned to be slaves. Yeah. Like, y'all grew up under that, but we don't give a fuck. Yeah. And that's this generation. Yeah. And,
we done tried to ask, we done tried to march, we done tried to peaceful.
Exactly. And we've talked about this for years now, and I've been telling Hunter and this for years, because this has been our teaching, that this generation is the generation to lead the revolution, because we're not hearing none of that. And you see signs, you've been seeing signs since Ferguson that have been saying, we ain't our ancestors. Yeah. And that's no disrespect to our ancestors, because our ancestors got busy too. Right. Don't get it twisted. Right. They got busy too, but saying...
Their basis of what they were going off of was different. Just like ours is.
Right, and we're not slaves.
And there's more strength in numbers now.
There's more strength in numbers, and...
It's more people know. Back then there was nothing.
That, and when you're dealing with unrest, like we live, like, our generation is so, what do they call that? They call us liberals. They call us, conspiracy. Mm-hmm. Like, we don't believe in none of that.
Right.
We don't believe in the moon. Like, this whole generation, black, white, yellow, like the younger generation, they don't vote. We don't believe in none of that shit. Yeah. So it's the generation that we're not a part of the system as much as the older generations. The older generations look at us like, you guys are crazy.
We don't. But another good example is we don't get our news from the news.
We don't get our news from the news.
We find our own news.
We find our own news, and we believe our own beliefs.
Exactly. We don't really the news, the CNNs of the world world, all them, the influence they have on us is very slim compared
even
to
their
the 60s.
little work. I be like, it's crazy to me because I now see, and I'll let you get back to your point, but to his point, I saw something earlier today, and it said, it was about the dude that chased the people with the sword, right? He chased them with a sword, and the headline read,
Nice.
the headline read, gang chases man and beats him, or something along the lines. They used the trigger where they put gang on there, and I was like, y'all are trying to
Right.
my brain already picked it up, and
Right.
so, but somebody maybe like my grandma or somebody that's not very aware, it would seem like a gang chased them down.
Right.
But it's
Right.
like,
So we're
little
not
tricks don't work.
Yeah, we're definitely not conditioned to fall for any of those tricks. We see through all the smoke and mirrors.
Exactly.
We see through all that
I don't know
shit.
where it came from. I don't know how.
Well, like he said, we don't get we're not conditioned that we didn't grow up that way. We grown up in a age where knowledge is accessible. Like, like he's saying back in, our parents' time and stuff like that. No, what the government was feeding you was the truth.
Was law.
Because if you wanted to dispute that, you had to go to Wikipedia and stuff like, and then and you had to go to dictionary, and you had to wait for those things.
Not
Right.
Wikipedia.
And
You
not
gotta go to the
only-
library, get the
encyclopedia.
But
and
it's
stuff
one
like
thing
that.
to know the knowledge, but it's two to get other people to believe it as well.
Right.
To believe in
Right.
knowledge. Right now, today, it's not hard to get a bunch of people to
Right.
like, yo, that's not.
Right, and that's the double-edged sword that we're talking about, because we talked about it on the other end, that access is also dangerous, because then nowadays you got a lot of conspiracies out of nothing. People make a conspiracy about everything.
Right.
So it's hard to figure out really what to believe sometimes.
Because when you operate with the notion of, well, if they can lie about this, then they can lie about anything.
Right,
Exactly.
You know what I
right,
mean?
but
It's hard
the Bible says question all.
Yeah.
Question all, and don't just take everything for
At face value.
At face value,
Shouldn't with anything. With
you need to
relations,
question all.
Exactly.
But yeah, so it's just the perfect mix, and this is just the perfect generation for that.
My dad said today, I was talking to him today, he said, yep, y'all generation needs to be the one.
Yeah, because we're not scared. This generation is not scared. We will burn this bitch to the ground.
Yeah, and
we
what
don't
was
have the
Moses
same.
saying, like, y'all old people, like,
The young people.
if you don't
said,
want to, come on. If you want to come outside, come on. But if not,
and get out the way. And that's what I'm gonna get into that a little bit later about people that needs to get out the way. But yeah, this generation is the generation. It's been the generation. This generation will do the job.
it's crazy to think. I literally remember when Trayvon Martin got killed by George Zimmerman. I remember, because we were probably 13, 12. I remember just thinking, like,
Or a little bit older.
or a little bit older.
Yeah.
Or maybe.
We was in 10th grade.
Yeah. 14, 15.
So yeah, that age range. But I just remember being mad, but not thinking that people were mad enough.
I remember him talking about it, just saying that he didn't, like, during that time, it wasn't, what were you just saying? You just told us a couple, and you told me before.
Yeah.
Like, that was the first one, and I remember being mad about that. Like, Trayvon Martin, that was when, like, I was all into that shit.
Yeah.
I always had been into that shit. I was all into the Trayvon Martin shit.
It was on TV
I was
for
on
my mom
Instagram,
every
and I was
single
trying to post.
day.
I was doing embarrassing shit, like posting me and him side by side. I've been into that type of shit. Then it kept going on and on and on and on and on, like with other people, and that's when I bowed out, because I couldn't start. I had to step outside of myself, because so much anger and stuff like that, and people go through that. But then here we are, 7 years later, 8 years.
Well, that's the
later.
reason why I brought it up, because we went through that, and I remember being mad, but feeling like, somebody do something. Why is nobody, like, for real doing nothing? But now that we have the chance, since then and now, I don't even want to begin to try to count.
Right.
But I mean, I'm honestly shocked.
Yeah, now we're at the age where we can actually do
it
something.
took this long. I mean, I'm shocked in ways, but then I'm also not shocked, because it's all God's time. But let's get into the people. Let's get into people getting out the way. I'm getting into that.
We can.
I don't think I know.
Do you want to start? You want me to have my 2 cents on
I want you to give your 2 cents on it, and
Yeah.
talk from your perspective on what people I'm talking about,
Okay.
and speak up.
Yeah, I should speak up. So I have a few things. One, All Lives Matter is the most annoying thing in the world.
Oh, we mean like people like that. I got you.
People, that right there. So you say All Lives Matter, you're wrong, and you're racist, because you're clearly not understanding the issue at hand. You're just not understanding the issue at hand.
Well, no, you did.
No, you do.
You might you might understand.
No,
it.
you don't. You do, and that's
Right.
what
Yeah.
makes you racist,
Yeah.
because you know what you're saying.
Exactly.
Correct. who what you're talking about, the people who need to get out of the way, is any white person who is not for the cause.
Yeah.
Anyone, because it's not for you. Even people like myself, to an extent, I get out the way.
Right.
Because it's not to me. This is just supporting. It's for them. So they feel however they want to feel. I can't stand people who are nonstop putting their sense, white people, on issues that don't affect them. It don't make no sense. It just don't make no sense. You wouldn't want people putting 2 cents on family issues that don't. You'd be like, well, you're not part of my family. What the fuck? You don't know anything. So it's the same exact thing here. So just shut the fuck up. It's just that simple.
If here's the thing. If you do not feel, and it's okay. It's perfectly okay. If you don't want to be a part of it and you're not a part of it and you don't believe that way, then that's one thing. But here's where y'all don't take any ownership. To go on social media, in spite of seeing the temperature and knowing what's going on, you go on social media and make it about your opinion and yourself just shows your privilege. Like, it boggles my mind how you guys go out of your way. Well, why are you guys doing X, Y, and Z? Or what about this and what about that? Just shows your privilege. It really shows your privilege, because here we are we're talking about this right now.
Right.
Okay? And the fact that you want to move the goalpost just shows your privilege. And like he's saying, and I've been saying, just get out the way. You don't got to say nothing. You don't got to we don't care where you stand. We don't need to know where you stand. If you don't stand with us, we don't need to know where you stand, because we know where you stand.
Right.
So you don't got to make it clear. And again, understand that if you're not choosing the correct side of history, which you guys are notorious for doing, so I don't know, y'all tell everybody to learn history so you don't never repeat it. But again, y'all continuously do not learn history, because y'all, on one hand, y'all want us to celebrate Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. now, but back in the 60s, y'all hated them. Like, so learn from fucking history that y'all are never on the right side of history. Y'all are always behind the 8 ball every single fucking time. Every time. Kaepernick, y'all are behind the 8 ball. Then 20 years from now, in the fucking history books, we're going to read about Kaepernick being some hero. Muhammad Ali. Like, when will y'all learn that y'all are always on the wrong side of history because y'all are fucking idiots? So again, stay out the way, join the movement, or stay out the way and don't say nothing. Okay? But again, if you do decide to not say nothing and you stay out the way, understand that we know your side, and when the shit gets cracking, you will be rolled over. Because when it really goes down, there's no time for having to guess who's with us or not. There's no time. So choose your side. There ain't no middle ground right now. Choose your side and be comfortable in that. Okay? Be comfortable, wear your stripes, and just know that we know. But do not go on social media. Do not undercut everybody else's movement by trying to speak on your privilege and trying to move the goalposts. Like, it makes no sense.
You have your words have no validation right now.
No.
When you're talking about, especially, like, leave it at Black Lives Matter. Cool. Don't say Black Lives Matter. And now while I'm reading your post, I'm waiting for but you don't need to loot. Like, I'm waiting for that now. I'm looking for it.
I was about to say, that's another thing that's driving me crazy too.
Right.
Well,
I don't care.
Well, y'all the looting. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
Like you just said, Kaepernick. 4 years ago, Kaepernick did it. He was kneeling during a thing, and that was the biggest thing in the world. Right. He was doing it wrong. Quietly, kneeling. Now this is the wrong way. So how do you want them to go about it?
Peacefully, but when they did it peacefully,
no, because
I'm saying,
and so now I'm glad, because now we have both extremes.
Exactly.
So now we can come to the middle and say, shut your racist ass up.
Right. Shut the fuck up.
Because you're not mad.
That's what it is.
Right. You're not mad about the way we're protesting. You're mad that we're protesting.
Exactly.
Like, let's just be honest what it is. You want us to be shut up and be all right with what we're getting.
Right.
And that's not going to happen, and that's not the case.
Because we tried being nice.
Right.
We tried.
Right. Like Shannon said today, we gave y'all a 4-year head start.
We gave you a 4-year head start.
We tried.
Pac say we started singing, knocking, hey, let us sing, but now we got to kick stuff in, because do we have your attention now?
Right.
Hello.
Right.
We tried to get.
And again, the other thing that boggles my mind, when you also, and this is just for anybody that's not with the movement. Again, we are not heeding advice from y'all. Why would we heed advice from our open
That's what I'm
enemy?
saying.
Well, you guys should do it this way. Well, Malcolm did. You are our open enemy. You are with them. Why would we take your advice? Of course you're in support. Of course you would say don't do this because it's your government. This is not our government. It's your government that you're protecting. So why would we heed your advice? So be aware that when you're trying to, it's not for y'all. We're not taking y'all's advice on anything.
Right.
Why would we?
Look at
would
y'all and
you?
say, fuck y'all. Right.
Would you?
We're against you, right? Like,
Are y'all taking Kim Jong-un's advice? Like make it make sense to me.
Right. But that goes back to the privilege. That the fact that they think.
And they really think in their brain.
Even though some people on the Facebook, I went through and I was telling Steph and I said, it's so crazy. They typed that out. They typed that out.
And
then they said, send.
Because I know what I do. I go back and I read a couple times.
For sure. Why wouldn't you?
I'm just saying, it must be nice. It must be nice to be comfortable enough in your own country and in your own thing to really put value on the assets here in this country and really go to bat and war for it and say, you guys should do it this way.
Right.
That's you showing your privilege. Right. Because what's for you is not for us. And that's what we're fighting about.
Right.
That is what we're fighting about. Because the values that you place on your country, we don't get that luxury. We don't feel the same way about the country.
Right.
So you telling us not to burn it down because where are you going to live? What about this and stuff like that? Well, we don't feel that same way.
And we don't give a fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
We don't have this.
They don't care.
That's why I was arguing with somebody at work the other day. I'm like, what you don't understand is you keep trying to talk to me, well, the pure way to do it is, the right way. When you understand is we're not operating on the same
we're not.
right
not
now.
at all.
I have nothing in my brain right now that's telling me don't do that because that's not right. I'm trying to prove a point. I'm trying to prove, and I don't care.
Right.
Target, what? I don't burn it down.
Right.
AutoZone, burn it down.
Right.
I don't care. Like, my message is getting through to you now. Because y'all would not have arrested dude that as quick as you would have.
No.
Because we watched how long it took for a model. We even watched the DA come out of from Minnesota and say, as of right now, I don't really have any evidence to imply that he did anything criminal. That's what the DA said day one of the protest. Right. A couple days later, they locked his ass up. Then a few hours or a day later, they gave him charges. So don't tell me that the rioting and the looting don't work.
Right.
Don't tell me that because everything else takes weeks for people to.
Let's get into that. Democracy is too fucking slow.
Facts.
Democracy is way too slow. Yep. When you have an open, you guys use democracy. You didn't use democracy on the natives.
Sure.
Y'all didn't wait.
Nah.
Did y'all wait? Did y'all wait for petitions to be signed and laws to be signed or anything? No. Y'all got busy. Y'all went to work.
Busy.
Okay, so
people often forget about the Boston Tea Party.
The Boston Tea Party. Did y'all wait? Was legislation was passed?
That was a riot if I ever seen one.
So again, y'all are just. I mean, it's just America is just hypocritical. It's just so sick. And then the fact that they got y'all conditioned to believe the way y'all believe, and y'all literally learned this in y'all's textbook. It's taught in y'all's textbook and y'all's history, and y'all don't apply it to everyday life. Like y'all pick and choose.
Mm-hmm.
They find what works.
Y'all pick and choose. Y'all say never forget 9/11.
Right.
Never forget. Right. Never forget. But slavery, that happened 100 years ago. Why are we talking about that? Make it make sense.
Right.
Which one is it? Which one? When it benefits you, you never want to forget it because you don't want it to happen again.
Right.
But when it's slavery, you guys are just complaining about something that happened 100 years ago.
Right.
No, we're never going to forget. Why would we?
And
and the system is set up to where we can't forget.
Right.
If we wanted to.
And if we was ever to compare those, which you shouldn't, it's not close.
Well, no, it's not close. It's not close.
It's not close.
It's not close. But yeah, democracy is way too slow, guys, for stuff like this. When it's a state of emergency for black people, we are being killed at an alarming rate, and it's clear as day.
And we have a commander-in-chief who, as much as
it's
we don't
open
care,
season.
Doesn't care. The fact that he came out and said, once the looting happens, the shooting happens, implies free reign.
Right.
Free reign because the looting's already happening. So what you guys don't understand is what I'm saying is shoot.
And I don't like our system because same thing. I'm agreeing with you. The democracy is too slow. We all saw that video. He murdered that man.
And that DA came out and said,
we don't need to go to trial.
Way too slow.
None of that.
Way too slow.
Not one.
What are we going to trial?
We seen it. We all seen it.
The jury's not going to help this.
We're the jury. We seen it.
And again,
so they want to the trial's going to be like, oh well, they can't use the video.
Yeah.
We can't do all that and hide the evidence. And that's why I hate that.
That's the system.
Because they don't care about justice.
And again, it's the Americans out there that want us to rely on the system and trust the process and trust the system.
Right.
But it's not designed. You should have that viewpoint. Like I was telling Hunter a couple days ago, you should feel that way. You should trust the justice system. It's
Never
always
does.
benefited you.
Right.
It hasn't benefited us.
Right.
Why would we put it in the justice system's hand when time and time again George Zimmerman is free, the niggas that kill Arthur Sterling is free, the nigga that kill Eric Garner is free? Why would we continue to put it in the fucking hands of our oppressed? Like, it makes no sense.
All the way back
Zero
from
sense.
Rodney King to Emmett Till to...
It just makes no sense. So you guys want us to trust the process and sign petitions and do this and do that for what?
Right.
For what?
Right.
Of course you would say that because you're the slave master.
Right.
That's what the slave master would say to the slave. Why wouldn't he?
Mm-hmm.
It makes no sense. And so the analogy that I got is, and I've used this before, if you are a father and you have a daughter and she is in a relationship with a husband and she has an abusive husband, what method are you taking as a father? Because that's pretty much the black experience in America. We are in an abusive relationship with somebody we're supposed to be married to, and you guys want us to take the turn the other cheek approach, but would you? If you had a daughter who was getting beat, would you just say, trust the process, he'll get better, send him to therapy?
Right.
Or are you going up in there and saying, this is time and time again,
Right.
you do this shit?
I'll kill you.
In fact, I ain't even got to issue no more warning. We
Right.
about to get it cracking right now.
Right.
Right.
Because I'm not even about to let you go. I'm not about to let you go again.
Right, because fool me once, shame on you.
Exactly. It's the same thing. This is over and over, and it's blatant. It's not.
Yeah.
And y'all been trying to muddy up all these stories before. No, we got video evidence now. We've been had video evidence for 8 years now.
I cannot stand when people talk about the mainstream media. It drives me.
Right, because we're
drives
not.
me insane.
Yeah, I know.
I see what I want to see.
Yeah, and they do have a. Trust me, they do have a part in this and fear mongering and stuff
sure.
like that. But they feed the older generation.
Yeah.
We don't get our information from CNN.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't.
Yeah. I don't know anybody who does.
I literally
What-
don't know nobody that turns on CNN to see what's happening.
Well, I don't get my
I go to
information
Twitter.
from Fox News. The only fools that are duped by that are the people that are older, that are still voting
Right.
for the system that don't work.
Right.
Them are the fools that are getting their information from Fox News. I don't. I don't need to. I know what's going on. I've been telling people what was going on. I didn't need cameras. It's clear as day. So, again, hey, the media has a big part in this, but not for our generation.
Yeah.
They really don't. And y'all are very privileged, and it's really a blessing that you guys get to have that luxury, and you guys should be very thankful. But it's a country built by us on our backs for you. So I mean, that just must be nice.
You know how we said Donald Trump's election, it was a real eye opener.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is way more.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
As in,
yeah.
I've unfriended
What
so
you
many
just
people.
said in your rant, you said that if you're not on the same side, there's no in between.
No,
Yeah,
there's
there's
no.
not.
Donald Trump,
You're with us?
Donald
Right.
Trump,
Or against us.
Donald Trump, you would you could have still walked by and like, I'm not telling you who I vote. I'm not doing none of
Yeah.
that. This is like, it's clear. I mean,
Right.
I mean,
Because our protest is stop killing us. So I don't know what else you want to talk
Right.
about. I don't know what the
right. That's the.
I don't know what the other the protest is. Stop
right.
killing
That's
us.
the
So I
other
don't
thing.
know what the other.
And you got
thing
people out
is.
there saying "but,"
Right.
and that's what's
And so
sick.
right when the butt comes, guess what?
That's sick.
I'm unfriending you.
That's sick. I
don't even need to say nothing else.
already issued my warning to white folk out there. Do not on my shit, or definitely in person. Don't talk to me about it. If we don't got the same beliefs and you know that, please don't talk to me about it because I am spitting on whoever.
Yeah.
So there's my issue. I've already issued it and I'm dead serious because I will spit on you.
Yeah.
I will spit on, and we will fight, and that just is what it
That's
is.
just what's going to end
That
up
just
being.
is what it is.
God, you are.
Because at this point, there's no gray area. Like we don't see it the same. And if you don't see it from my perspective, I believe that you're a devil, because there's no in between. If
Yeah,
you're,
yeah, it's
this
clear
is
cut.
this
I
is
mean,
clearly this is a human rights
Right.
issue that
Right.
everybody around the globe is fighting right now.
Right.
Everybody around the globe,
Yeah.
every country is seeing this, and it's a human rights issue.
It's not even good. It's not even black versus white no more. It's just good versus evil.
It's literally a human rights issue.
Yep.
And I mean, it's very alarming that you guys have never been on the side for human rights. And
But like you said, they're never on the side. But then 20 years later, once something's accomplished, it's like,
The white
oh no,
out-
we
the
got
white-
that.
the
We
white
did that. We've
oversteer.
been to that.
Right.
We'll take credit for it now.
Right.
Like that's us. No,
Right.
we saw that. We love Malcolm. We
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
get real.
Yep.
Get the
Yeah,
fuck
okay.
real.
They hijack every. They,
Get the fuck real.
It's and I also got my
Okay.
notes as culture. That's rapist culture. That y'all, not y'all, but America muddies up the story. They hijack the story and change the narrative, and they're doing it now with the looting.
I was about to just say
And the
that.
rioting and stuff like that. We've seen it firsthand. We don't got.
Right.
I've seen certain things firsthand. I was watching it and I'm thinking in my brain when it was happening, like, wow.
This is what
I was literally seeing it. I was seeing white people spray paint shit, break shit. And I'm thinking, wow.
I was even seeing, and
A
they
clip of cops
breaking the
Yeah.
windows,
Yeah.
right?
There's a dude
We
in
even saw in
Minnesota-
Dayton.
We
the
seen it in
people-
Dayton. I was right there a couple times. I was getting ready to ask them for the spray thing to write know-it-alls on one. It was when the shit was
Yeah,
going
I
down
saw
in
too,
Dayton
yeah.
at
In the
night.
video I
Yeah.
made, there's
He
two
got it.
spray
He saw-
painting
yeah.
dudes.
I got a video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the
And-
video I made, there's two dudes that spray painted
went hard,
on the
too.
I think it was the courthouse building.
Yeah.
Right.
What?
Y'all, look, this is a 400-year, this is a slick enemy. This is not no dumb ass. This is the most powerful nation on earth. If y'all think they don't know what the fuck they're doing, they know what they're doing. This ain't their first rodeo with this shit.
I saw motherfuckers. We all saw motherfuckers picking shit up. When
Yeah.
they was knocking shit over, they was like, "Nah, we trying to get we ain't trying to really go about it this way until y'all force us." Picking big ass dirt things
Yeah,
up.
so-
and all that
Yeah,
shit.
the big
And-
pot, the big plant.
Yeah, and so I see through all that shit, but I'm also on the side with when it does go down, I'm in agreement with it. So when
Right.
shit is burning, let it
Exactly.
burn.
Right.
If I hope not. I want everyone to get it.
Like
I am
my
for
girl, I
it.
think her
am
name,
for it, all of it.
like my girl, I think her name was Tamika or something. The real, the black
Oh,
girl
yeah,
that did the big speech this past weekend.
Yep.
She said, "Where was AutoZone when Philando Castro got shot in his car?"
Right.
Y'all
Right.
mad that AutoZone's burning, but they sell cars, right? That's their job. So when he got shot in his car, why didn't they come out why didn't they make a
Right.
statement?
Right.
So if they burn, to hell with them.
Mm-hmm.
They should burn. Where was Target at? Where were all these big corporations at? They should be on the front line marching with us. They should be on the fucking. And if you ain't on the front line marching with this human rights issue, then burn. And you're gonna burn anyway. Burn.
Right.
Let it burn.
Right.
Burn all the shit to the ground.
I saw today, and it's a fact.
Go to hell.
White people should be very lucky that black people just want equality.
Yeah, and not revenge. It's been a thing.
And that's, I mean, I can't think of
It's like
I said,
it's like a relationship with a pet.
like you, even to go off and piggyback off your example with the beating and stuff. All that dad is just wants him to stop beating the daughter.
It's all
Like what? But what? Like how us and most people would really feel. I don't care about that. You already beat my daughter.
Right.
You already did it.
Right. So I got
You already
teach
did
you.
it. So now I got to choke you.
Yeah.
All right.
So, like I said, we're really lucky because that's even still, it's a bad example because, I mean, yeah, beating your daughter is not good, but y'all get the
No,
drift.
for
That's
sure.
I mean,
They're very lucky that all we want is peace
Right,
and
that's
equality.
the-
Just be treated on the fair level. I'm not asking for nothing
And that's
more.
too much.
The
That's
evil-
just too much to ask for.
And like I was telling Stephen, the evil that white people have done to black people throughout history, there's no more evil above it. What was I just telling you when we was having that talk on Saturday morning? That what the problem is with all this is,
Yep.
white people are afraid to.
It's a guilt conscience. It's a guilt.
Right. They're afraid to admit that
Complex.
their race is wrong. It's historically wrong. It's not opinion, it's fact.
Right.
And like I said, at the very beginning, remember we had that thing where I was like, that should be fucking me up a little bit,
Yeah.
that like, I don't feel that way, but I know my ancestors did that. I also believe that, we feel stuff our ancestors felt. I
Yeah.
believe in shit like that.
Yeah.
We all do. So it just, shit like that can fuck you up when you're really thinking about it. But, you have to,
Be outside of yourself.
right, and realize that's not how it works. I'm here. I wasn't there. Let me try to do what I can right now with Hunter Stewart. So, but at the same time, people are too afraid. You have to let your pride down. That's what it is. My race is the worst race. It's what it is. I mean, it's facts. It's just what it is. White people are afraid to say that because it's like, oh,
Then you feel more inferior.
Right, you feel inferior.
And it's not
But
the case.
it's not the case. All we're saying is we're equal. We're all human beings. And I hate, sounds so cliche, that love everybody, but it's the facts. It's literally the facts.
Some things are
We're
just
literally
that
all.
simple.
It's literally.
That's the crazy thing. This fight is so simple.
It's so simple, but there's one.
It's
Cut and dry.
It's so ground level.
Black and white.
White people are
haven't
bound
even
off
started-
power and greed, and that's
because
how
they're
it's
the
been from
only.
beginning of
They're the
time.
only. Shannon was saying today. He was saying that his grandma used to tell him, like, boy, you know the Negro spiritual, we shall overcome.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying white people ain't never had to sing that ever.
Not at once.
Every other race.
And white people have been at the hand of.
And that's what I'm saying. It's so crazy that this is just like you said. Everybody just wants to be equal, and there's just one
dominant race that just
one
can't
thing
let it
that
happen.
just can't let, like,
Power and
why,
greed.
like, that's all every other race is. Y'all have put y'all's foot on the neck of every other race in this world,
Mm-hmm.
and it's baffling that it could all be so simple. It could all be so simple, but it's very complex because, like you said, they have a.
And like you said, where the white person was originated has a big factor into that.
It
you know?
does.
So,
It does.
I mean, I believe white people weren't put on this earth to do good as a race. That wasn't the intent. So, of course, the majority of them going to be bad. The 99%.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I
So
said,
if you ain't with us,
You have to train. That's another thing. White people.
It just takes
Not-
it just takes some consciousness.
And,
White people move off of.
And people need to realize, even like how y'all said, I think that I was still racist up till I was 21, 22 years old.
Yeah.
In ways.
Yeah.
Not
Knowing.
knowingly. See, I was born here. I was raised here. I was raised by a white family.
I seen a post a couple days ago that was really good about that same thing. It said a lot of the problem is that white people think that being racist is a
So negative.
is a conscious thing, but it's an unconscious
For
thing.
sure.
You can unconsciously
For
be
sure.
racist.
You have to educate yourself a lot, and you have to
It's not a conscious thing.
know.
Some of it is. Some people know that they're
the
racist.
main part is, but the fact that I've been benefiting off of my whole life, the part.
The big part of racism, because it's systematic and it's an enemy that is not dumb, y'all. It's been working for them for this long.
Mm-hmm.
It's a complex system, right? So they've conditioned people, like Hunter was saying, who felt like he liked black people his whole life, right? Loved black people his whole life and stuff like that. Really didn't have a conscious racism bone in his body. He wasn't consciously racist.
Right.
That's different. Consciously racist is KK.
I don't like black people. Period.
You're consciously racist.
Right. Y'all, I had nothing but black friends, nothing but that. But
Right.
like you said, it took me, and each year, each year it was, oh damn, for real, and you learned a little bit, and then it was these past 21, 22 is when I really dove in on the subject, and really, like I said, my point was, white people, educate yourself, learn. Like that's literally all you're gonna do, and once you do that, if you're a real human being, you see it. I mean, if you have any sort of compassion at all, you see it. You see. I mean, it's not like you said. This is not black and white. Not even a little bit. And there's not the silverest line of gray. None.
there's not.
So I mean,
It's just literally.
like I said, you want to be. You want to be on the side of right or wrong.
And that's why I'm at the point now to where I see just the slightest thing, to where even if it's like a little, but even if it's a question, unfriend.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm at that point because it's not even I don't understand what we're talking about.
Right.
I just don't understand.
Well,
I just
what's the
don't get it.
debate?
I don't know what we're debating.
Right. And
What
I'm
are
not debating. That's
I'm
what
not
it is.
debating no more.
Right.
No more.
Right.
We peaceful protest. Y'all switch that. Y'all change that narrative. We did that in Springfield. We're done. We should have rioted. We should have burned the courthouse down to the ground, like the way that they painted it, because that's what y'all want.
Oh,
Right.
this
That's what the system wants, right?
Yep.
So we can keep going from there, but I do want to pay respect to the people that, like Hunter, like a lot of other people that I've seen, realized a little bit of that. And I'm not even going to knock time. You can't always knock people for the time it takes them to grow.
Right.
You can't always knock
No.
people for the time it takes them to grow.
No.
So if it's taking you till 2020 to see it, cool. You're on our side. Cool. You're not. Move out the way because we have something that we're trying to accomplish.
We got business to
We got
handle.
business to handle, and if you're in the way, you're going to get rolled over.
Right.
You're going to get rolled over because we're at the point to where it's a hold no bars. My mom even was like, "Yo, burn it down," and my mom's the nicest person in the
Right.
world. So I'm like,
Yeah.
"Mom gave me the go ahead."
Like
What my mom said.
we've had enough. She looked at him. I ain't never seen that look in Miss Akram. But
A mother's love, boy.
like another thing is,
earth.
like I was telling Stefan, if you're a white person and if you like any black culture, if you have any black friend, if you've done anything with
If
a black
you're
person,
black and you got something, move.
You're right. You know what I'm saying? You should be a part of this movement because.
Well, yeah.
And like I said, granted, I'm different because most of my majority of my friends are black, and you know I'm a part of this culture.
Right.
But I told Stefan,
go ahead.
I could if this happens normally.
No, this has been happening. What you're talking about has been happening since the beginning. Just it's I didn't even get into it, but it's just rapist culture, and Americans in America has done it to every culture because, and we don't got to get too deep on here, is because they don't have a culture. So they suck the blood out of each culture on this earth and make it their own, but don't want to be associated and on the front lines with those things. And they've done it mostly to black people. So to his point, the fact that we got white Americans out there listening to our music, dressing like us, talking like us, saying the N-word, dating our women, all those things, but don't want to be nowhere to be found when it comes time to it. That's called rapist culture. That's what that's called. Okay? And we don't gotta say names. But it needs to stop. It really needs to stop because it's disrespectful. Understand your privilege and understand that is a privilege for us to let you into that community. That is a community.
We're the most welcoming community.
We are. After being done so wrong by everybody on earth and having our backs turned by every other nation on earth, we are the most welcoming culture, and that's sometimes that's our problem.
Yeah.
But understand that that's a privilege to be a part of that, and y'all just. It just boggles my. No, it don't. I take that back. It used to boggle my mind.
Yeah, it used to for me too.
It used to boggle my mind.
Now, like
I used to try to rationalize,
so
but I
white.
don't. I don't no more because I've
it
been.
Is now. Okay.
2014 put me past that point. I'm like, I do not got to rationalize. Why would I rationalize with people that don't want to understand? Frank Ocean said that's called preaching to the choir.
Yep.
Or talking to God about talking about God to an atheist. Just ain't ain't getting it. It's both. He preaching to the choir and talking to God about it.
I thought preaching to the choir was like telling you something that I already know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I understand.
He said, and I know.
Yeah, you're right. I understand.
I used to try to rationalize and try to why don't they get it? Like, no, y'all get it. That's what I'm at the point. No, y'all get it.
Y'all care.
You don't care.
So now we got to take it a step further because y'all told us y'all don't care. Right. So we'll show you don't care.
And now, and Trump is just giving people.
Hold on, and then let me clear some things up locally. Okay, so this message that is being approved by me is also it's a double-edged sword that we're not promoting open violence. That does not mean go out and go burn down a courthouse.
Right.
However, how I've been taught and stuff like that is if violence has been done to you, I don't believe in always turning the other cheek, especially when it becomes clear as day that it's an open enemy. Right. Okay. Sometimes, a long time ago, this could have been all construed as maybe you got hit with a stray. Maybe that was just one time. But it over and over and over again, it's clear that somebody has engaged in war with you, and you will be a fool, a dead fucking fool, to not engage back. So if stuff is being done and these protests continue to turn out the way they're going and stuff like that, and people are burning shit down, then that's on the American government. Y'all need to meet us at a table somewhere. Because that's the only way y'all's gonna listen. However, Springfield people and stuff like that, and everybody with all the fucking confusion, that does not mean take your black ass down to downtown where they're letting us peacefully protest, and we've made an agreement with the authority figures, and you got a black face fucking co-signing it and behind the construction, and y'all's dumb asses gonna go down there behind the motherfucker that set the shit up and do your own shit. That's perfectly fine. Do your own shit, but do it on your own. Don't do it under his name.
Right. Clear. Make the distinguishing. Because now you're making it hard for them to distinguish.
Because all y'all doing is muddying up the water and like Shane said, and making it difficult for everybody else. Okay.
Who did I say a couple months ago need to sit down?
I don't remember.
Donald Trump Farrakhan.
Yeah. They do, but that's going to end
And
up
that's-
slap.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to slap somebody.
What he say?
I ain't saying who,
What
but
he-
somebody's going to slap somebody.
Them motherfuckers that's on the total end of the spectrum.
Oh, dude, somebody's getting smacked.
Yeah.
But and that's
He
the,
might smack like
that
Donald
is
Trump's
the
wreck.
thing.
I've seen it all.
That
seen
is
it
the
all.
thing.
Trump is wreck.
is that well,
Trump
Trump
is
is
wrecked.
like
He
he hasn't tried to de-escalate at all.
Well, no.
Yeah, and that's
no. That's the other thing. You want to talk about it?
Yeah,
What?
the fact that the leader of our country.
But why we think that is? What we talk about? That's common knowledge to me, but may not be common knowledge to our viewers and everybody else out there.
Well, I'm off right now.
Okay. Our police department, Donald Trump, and stuff like that is backed by
Oh yeah,
the Ku Klux Klan.
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Okay, and I know I'm not trying to on here and stuff like that and say the most basic of things, but
No,
I
I
really
don't
don't
think
believe.
a lot-
A lot of people don't believe,
Yeah.
but when I'm saying it to myself, it sounds like duh.
Right, yeah.
But I don't really think people understand the severity that I'm speaking.
People will
this to.
see this video. And
He
be like,
uses key words and key languages
Yeah.
to entice the KKK. That's what he's been doing.
Yeah.
Like Shane said, the shooting and looting, that is a KKK
Same.
saying. It's literally, it's not me making that up.
Donald Trump wasn't smooth enough to come up with that.
No,
that is
he got that
already
from a
thing.
Mississippi.
Yeah.
He said when the shooting happens, when the looting happens, the shooting happens. That is a
coined phrase
1969
already.
coined phrase from the Mississippi governor that had the KKK. He coined that phrase, and Donald Trump just quoted it a couple days
Right,
ago.
yeah, I seen.
So there's keywords and stuff like that he uses, and there's language, there's political language, and you know how they say political talk. You know, that's what that means. And they are backed by the KKK. The cops, these cops that are getting off, the motherfucking shoving guy that just killed him.
Oh yeah, so
Yo.
you ain't even saying his name.
Yo,
but
and this, again, it's not rocket science, and I'm not saying anything. He is a KKK member.
Right.
He is.
Right.
Okay? It's no secrecy. And this KKK is not some small little group. No, y'all. They are the original
I was about to
people
say,
to
dude,
help
that's-
found
Right.
America.
We're not talking about the KKK with the mask on, the red, white, and horses.
Right.
We're talking about like the fucking people who rule the world. That's another thing is, and you gonna talk about the system?
Yep.
So, me and Drew had a discussion the other day about changing the actual government system, and I was telling him that it needs to be ripped up. He reformed it. I said it couldn't be reformed. It's done. It needs ripped up, brand new system. Because it don't work. You can't. It ain't gonna work.
Can't fix a broken system.
Correct. It ain't gonna work. And he was saying, well, if we get the right people in the seats, the government, the older people in the seats right now
Are dying out.
gonna die out, and our generation will get in. Which in theory makes sense.
Right.
It does.
if they were the ones that were controlling things, but they're not. But
And I was telling him, I said, Drew, that you're talking about the 99%. That 1% up there, they run all this shit.
Yeah.
And that's who matters. They run all of this. Because America, Donald Trump don't make no calls.
Yeah.
Nobody in them seats
He's a puppet.
make any real calls. America is backed by the Rothschilds, the Jones,
The World Bank.
the World Bank, and not the Jeff Bezos first trillionaire. No, there's people out there with way more money than him.
Right.
Way.
There's a reason why the United States owns all them trillions of dollars. America is indebted and always has been indebted to evil people. That's just what it is. And that's going to be the fall of America. When you get in business from the very start with
The
evil and the devil, it burns. And that's what we're seeing now. So it ain't nobody's fault
Right.
but white people's, but Americans, but America, period.
Yep. She's a whore.
She sold her soul.
She sold herself a long
And
time
now
ago.
we're paying, y'all are paying the repercussions. And that's just
Because you ain't gonna be a part of the people that's paying the repercussions.
I'm not. I will be. I'm saying I haven't been.
The
Y'all
crazy
the
thing-
y'all. I don't.
the
Oh
crazy
no, I mean
thing-
fall of it.
Oh well, I'm a part of the fall. We're all a part of the fall.
I'm talking about you ain't gonna be on
He's
the wrong
talking
game.
about-
I'm saying I didn't get. She sold her soul to the devil, but I didn't. It benefited me if anything.
Right.
Y'all the one who had to get the turmoil and shit.
The crazy thing about when you said like Trump and them like that, they don't make any calls. The one thing that they can do, and which to your point, what he has been doing is using the key phrases to wake up some of the people. Like, hey,
He hasn't unified.
it's go time.
He hasn't unified nobody.
hasn't-
All he did is
He hasn't unified.
put them triggers
You
out.
haven't
Like
de-
this
he
is
hasn't
He's
de-escalated
unified
anything.
certain people.
Yeah, right.
He hasn't de-escalated anything. I
Yeah.
remember when the Ferguson thing happened and Obama was in office. He was like, hey, Relax.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Well, if y'all remember, even
Trump hasn't done none of that.
every big thing, because
Like, I don't think people's gonna listen to Trump anyway.
But
No,
that's
this-
the point.
this-
The point is, the only thing he's done is say when the shooting happens, the looting happens.
he said
Which,
he
still needs to say
it starts more.
he,
You don't say
all he
that.
has done
for sure.
all he has done is enticed
Yeah.
crazy shit that if y'all remember the
he
Confederate,
announced
y'all remember
anti-FA, a new
the
terrorist
Confederate,
group.
y'all remember the Confederate flag thing, the whole situation with
Yeah,
the Confederate
just a
flag
couple
back in
weeks ago.
like 2016, the Confederate flag and,
When they
and
started
the
removing
statue
it,
and stuff like that, and there was the big riots and stuff.
Yeah.
There was riots that broke out,
Yeah.
and he came out and he sided with them and said that because remember they had ran some people over.
Yeah.
At some of the protests, some of the Confederate people and stuff like that, they killed people.
Right.
And remember, he came out in support of those and said, "Well, those are some real good people."
No,
I know
let's
them.
be
There's
exact
some.
because I know how them. They said he came out and in his statement. He said, "Well, there's good people on both sides."
On both sides. But
What do you mean there's good people on both sides?
But my point is, but then when it's a point of reference he doesn't agree with, when people are doing what we're doing and stuff like, he's always come out and said those thugs.
Yeah.
Right.
Shoot them dead.
Right.
He said shit like
Right.
that.
No,
Shoot
and
them dead.
He was saying, what was he saying during the fucking before he even got elected? Remember in the fights? He said, punch him in the face.
Punch him
Yeah.
in the face.
That's always been his thing. But even,
president.
even when he's using words like thugs, like somebody at work, we were talking, they were like, yeah, but when you act like that, you make yourself a thug. I'm like, black people don't say thug.
Right.
Right.
Black people don't say thug. That is not in our
Right.
cultural, that is
Right.
not our word.
Right.
So when you're saying thug, what are you really saying? Like, we
Right.
know what that is.
Right.
Yeah.
I've never heard a black guy
Facts.
say thug.
Besides Tupac, but yeah.
But
I know.
and that has an acronym.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just like,
And he took that from them.
and he took that from them and spun it as something else.
Right.
So when you say certain stuff like that, when the shooting happens, the looting happens, oh, there's good people on both parties. I see what game you're playing, and it's nasty.
It's a sick game.
It's a nasty game. And the fact that you don't try to de-escalate anything, the only thing that you add
And
is
the
fuel
fact
to the
that your
fire.
fat, funky, orange, dumb, bald-headed, bald-head ass is in the bunker right now, nigga. Get your big,
Scared as
funky,
fuck.
blotchy ass up outside of that fucking bunker and come out. Get your ass on the
Right.
front line,
Don't be
nigga.
mad 'cause
Let's
the line
square
has
up.
those white
Like,
lines.
what the fuck? You talk all that fucking shit, nigga.
Now you in
What
the
the
bunker.
fuck? You in a
Right.
bunker with your
tail
big,
behind the leg.
big old ugly ass. Scared as fuck.
Ooh!
Nigga, bring your ass out so Obama can run that fucking fade. Fuck is you talking about? You been talking shit. What? Hang Obama's picture up a couple fucking weeks ago. Bring your ass outside, nigga. Obama wants fucking smoke. Like,
And
stop
if he
playing,
don't,
bro.
Michelle don't, because Michelle gets down.
Michelle's fucking sick of them calling her monkey. Michelle been on his ass. I really wish Obama, because he be trying to talk shit about Obama.
I know.
Be pissing me off.
He always
bro.
has.
Always has.
Even when
Always
Obama
has
was
smoke
in
with him.
president.
I know.
Right.
Like, nigga, bring your ass outside now, nigga.
Right.
We in
Right. 'Cause
Washington.
you know Obama
we
come
in
out there like
Washington.
this, like, hold
we
on.
was
Didn't I show you that one clip where Obama was the president and Donald Trump said something and Barack, when remember Donald Trump was saying, check his passport, get
Yeah,
birth certificate,"
yeah,
and all
yeah.
that.
Brock broke him down
Brock
at the press conference.
Broke, hit, and made him leave.
It was
This-
he
after
got
the
they
thing.
said Trump don't ever leave, really.
Don't ever leave
Embarrassed.
it. Embarrassed his goof
Yeah,
ass.
that's why
Embarrassed.
Trump could win a debate, like all this shit electoral.
I ain't never seen somebody so gracefully-
election shit, like election shit.
There's somebody
That shit,
so
yeah, somebody when he don't be care like you said. Yeah.
Oh,
like, I-
Trump.
Yeah, I
but
can-
everybody knows that he could not beat Barack in those debates. Just like
Yeah, I-
Barack was
So
one of the best
smooth.
talker, one of the best talkers I've ever seen.
So
Barack was smooth as fuck.
smooth as fuck.
Brock needs to be out here.
What he
We
say?
need
He
Brock.
said.
We for any Brock.
He said. And everybody knows we got the Donald in the house.
Right. He's exactly
You're
what
the
he
Donald
said.
right
That's
now.
exactly
You're
what he
the Donald,
said.
right? Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to be the Donald.
Facts.
Hey,
It's
and
smooth.
underrated thing. Look. I don't the presidency shit. I don't get all that. But all I know is Obama's 2016 year, he was fucking turned in the White House. He was the first president to have hip hop concerts in the fucking Wale perform.
Right.
J. Cole. He was doing. Yeah, y'all remember that? He was doing everything. He had all the niggas on the POTUS line.
Right.
It was turned.
Brock March Madness.
Yeah, he was
like-
doing all types of shit.
He was about to-
Every week, I remember Brock was having a party at the White House. He really was.
Yeah, he was.
That's some turnt shit. He's like, I'm leaving with a bang. Fuck you niggas.
But
Hey, shout out to J. Cole. Shout out to all the artists out there on the front line.
I saw Tyler the Creator.
Tyler the
out there. I
Creator.
saw,
They've been at. That's why
J.R. Smith.
I caution
hey,
myself.
Ran somebody to fame.
We gonna talk
Yeah.
about that. It's like,
Yeah, he did. I caution myself because there's a whole no name out there trying to slick
Shit.
call out Kendrick and Cole and shit like that. She may have been talking about Drake too, but I don't like that little slick shit that she's talking about. I don't like that.
Put a name on it, please.
First off, put a name on it. Be direct.
No name.
And
How
also
ironic.
understand how my niggas move. Okay, it'd be one thing, and I'm not accusing you of calling these two people out, but it'd be one thing if Kendrick and Cole were already out there on a normal basis, and then when shit went cracking, they were nowhere to be found. But no, they made it clear, no, I don't get into any of that you're talking about. I'm not on social media, don't know it, don't use it. I'm not a part of any of that on a day-to-day basis. I can't remember the last time we seen Cole and Kendrick tweet or anything.
Yep.
We don't. So they're behind, and y'all was calling out Jay-Z, and the announcement came out today. Well, he was behind the scenes talking to the Minneapolis governor.
Right.
That's what Jay-Z does. Right. And that's what these niggas are doing behind the scenes. So No Name, get your fat ass out there and get your sacrificial lamb out there on the line. And we'll use Jay-Z and the people like Kendrick and that know what the fuck they're talking about. We'll use them in the background doing what the fuck they need to do.
While you're making that tweet with Cole was out there on the front line.
Yeah.
Facts. And now that
So worry about yourself, No Name, because that's what you are.
Right. I agree with everything you said, but at the same time,
bitch,
we need to put, in times like these, we do
need a Tupac.
We really need to put more respect on Tupac's name.
And I have been seeing people do that.
For the simple fact that he was the biggest artist in the world, and not only would he have been out there front line, he had been spitting at cops and beating the fuck out of cops and been... Like he would have been he would have been the lead. He would have been the leader.
That's true.
He's the. And me and Steph was talking about the other day in that talk that maybe Jay-Z and them grew up and they moved and.
Well, they seen how Tupac moved.
Seen how Tupac moved and was like
that's an early life. That's an early life.
Early life, and we're still here. You know that.
It's the long game.
It's the long game.
So
let me get back in. Let me call it.
But you need a few.
But at the same time,
to get the.
Tupac took so much more courage, took so much more.
How do you get a hold of the governor like that? I mean, I know it's Jay-Z, but
that's Jay-Z.
I'm just saying, still, what do you like?
We're supposed to know that shit as like Dorian talk. Like we're supposed to know that as That's your citizen dutyship to know who your mayor is and be able to white people be contacting the mayor.
Right, for sure.
When they see, if they see it, bro, oh my God.
You don't remember last year?
It's also it's like that though. You can get a hold of them.
Yes, you can write. You're supposed to write your mayor and stuff like that. Man, motherfucking white people, if they see a nigga grilling in a fucking
letter,
they call the mayor.
Right.
Y'all don't remember a couple years ago when they were having the gay pride parade and stuff like that, and we didn't have any flags or stuff like that hung up, and then like a week later they had the flags up around. I know somebody personally that made a call, had a back and forth conversation with the mayor or somebody in cahoots with what goes on that makes the decisions. Like, take them down.
Right.
We didn't. I live here. We didn't vote for that, and y'all put them up in one day. Right. What happened? So them type of calls should be able to be made.
Yeah.
We should be able to make them calls like.
So and we need to and that's the problem with black culture as well is that we don't understand. I was telling Hunter this too. And I heard Eric Michael Dyson say this before that. You need a Malcolm and a Martin. You need a Tupac, and you need a Kendrick. It's okay to have. He said it's a car that we're working on.
Right.
We're trying to build a car.
Right.
And Kendrick ain't good at building the engine.
Right.
That's not his part, but he works on the tires.
Right.
Tupac's the engine.
Right.
Like that's fine.
Right.
But what we do as a culture is we point the fingers and you're not doing what I'm doing.
Right.
Like you ain't really down the ride.
Right.
No, that's Tupac's role in that.
Right.
Okay? He was the sacrificial. That's his role.
Exactly, and if you want a peaceful protest, we ain't knocking you. That's gonna do something too. But while you're doing
need it all. We need everything.
You can't shoot us down for going to go do this if we're trying to get the same goal.
All right, y'all march on 3rd Street. We'll take care of the White House over here.
Right.
That's our part. So y'all go distract them over there.
Hey, DC is turned. When I saw that Twitter thing come across and said the White House lawn is on fire, I said,
yeah.
I wish I could be there.
So, real quick, I don't know how the fuck you glazed over this
what?
while you was talking about Orange Man. What else came out just 2 days ago?
Our niggas are back.
Right.
Anonymous, baby.
You didn't see Anonymous, bro?
Remember
the hacker.
The hacker.
I didn't see that.
They're back, my nigga. Since 2017, they faded it to black, huh?
They've been dark.
They faded to black back in 20. I remember, but I swear, you maybe can edit this out just so that there's no negativity on Anonymous's name. But before they faded to black, there was something that happened
where why they faded to black.
There was an argument, like people was like we're doing with Dr. Umar Johnson, where it's like enough of you, nigga.
Right.
That happened to Anonymous back in 2016 or something, where people was arguing with them and we're like, y'all ain't credible no more, fake news, blah, blah, blah.
Well, give people some context that might not be.
Anonymous been a hacker group since like 2003.
Right.
But they got really popular in the social media area where they had cut off like Fox, like back when there was the election time and Donald Trump and all that stuff, they were jumping into the middle of their live broadcast. And like, so it'd be like those two split screens of two like Fox News people going back and forth, and then the camera will shake, and then
the
nigga in the mask talking. This is to the American public. We have warned you guys on some bullshit. That's what they was doing. They been on that shit. And so they made a return this weekend at the right time. And that's what I'm saying. Look at God, man. He will just send you blessings in abundance, man. Because I swear I pray for this. I swear to God. And look at him answering the call. Because Anonymous came through clutch as fuck this weekend in the midst of us burning shit down and beating them. They was hacking shit, playing NWA, fucking with the radio stations, all that. We need all that.
Right.
Get y'all's white asses on the line. Or whoever y'all are, Money Heist, all y'all niggas.
Nah, leave them behind the scenes.
Yeah, we need all y'all. Get y'all's ass somewhere.
Nuclear missiles off.
But
do that.
Get into that.
And the thing is, they can man, these motherfuckers, they done released. I was trying, when I screamed over here last night, it was because I seen a link. It said, Anonymous post all the files of these federal officials and their credit card information. I said, what?
Right.
Credit card information. Because they would really do some shit like that.
They really
Run that 10K in all of our accounts by accident real quick. Just real quick.
We'll
Just real quick. No, just real quick.
Let's go open up Black Wall Street
1,000.
Just do it to show Donald Trump. No, we here.
Right.
I'm giving all the American 10K. And I want, they could press a button right fucking now and shut all the power grids down. You know they can. Yeah. They're probably Asian.
They're probably not even from. They're probably Chinese.
Oh, I bet $1 million.
Nigga, the way they be
in the U.S.
The way
They get caught. They're probably on.
They're not in the U.S.
No, because they don't. Like they got on Twitter, and if you look at their Twitter accounts, since we couldn't find their Twitter accounts, it's not verified. They don't. It's because they know what the fuck.
They have a different account.
They know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. All I'm saying is, by the way certain niggas speak that. No, we for real.
Well, let's get to the key part of the main event. Of what the main news broke that Anonymous did.
Oh, that Donald Trump's a pedophile?
Yeah, we all knew Donald Trump was a sick man, but now we actually have real court documents, affidavits, proof of multiple 10, 12, 13 boys and girls, $1 million settlements.
Not only Donald Trump, though.
I mean,
we're gonna get into Pizzagate one day.
We really are. I want to do
a Pizzagate one day.
We all need to do like extent research because I only know a little bit. And I don't want to come here sounding dumb.
Let's do it. Next podcast, we'll give a little.
Well, calm down. Don't put a time on it.
Right? Yeah. Anyway,
Calm down.
Donald Trump is disgusting. I think he's resigning. I think this is it. I think he's going to resign.
He got too much pride.
I think he's going to resign.
I've been saying.
I don't know when. I'm telling you, this shit crushed him. Did you see him? He was like fake news.
Yeah, he was
and
like,
they quoted. They quoted.
I feel like he's crushed.
He's crushed.
These is all real documents.
Yeah.
All real. And I'm saying because all that is when you sign that what's a NDA. When you sign a non-disclosure agreement, it gets buried.
Yeah.
It gets buried. So when you do that, all these are. I mean, that's what happened. I give you $5 million. This can never be brought up again.
Right.
Where these documents are sealed, you're not doing nothing. So these motherfucking hackers got into this. Thank God.
Yeah.
And now it's what we all assumed and knew, but now it's just proof for that.
And what's their? I mean, their theory is that he got Epstein killed
because
he wanted to distract them from because that was around the same time, and we said that.
Well, they said Epstein had the fucking. Epstein was the guy, and he had all the information, all the shit to take down. And he said, "Let me get you out."
There's an Epstein doc that just
on Netflix.
Popped up.
On Netflix, right? And
popped up.
Right.
I said, "Huh."
That's interesting.
It's a sick world, bro. The political game is the most militant, savage fucking gang in the world,
and probably the most successful.
Huh?
Probably the most successful.
Oh, bro, they're bosses. They're bosses because they're backed by their god,
right?
And their god's a bad man. He's a bad man. But yeah, I mean, it's a crazy world we live in. Like we said earlier, this is the craziest times.
Hey, I saw this thing on Twitter. It said, if you're reading this 20 years from now, I apologize, history class. 2020 is going to be a long lesson.
Right.
A long chapter.
Oh, it's going to be a long story.
But it's really the crazy thing is.
All that happened in 2020.
The crazy thing is they're going to teach it in decades, and this this decade has been fucking insane.
Yeah, just from 2020.
Just from
2010 to 2020.
Yeah, it's just been insane because they're going to teach it in.
That's what they always do.
Decades, like the 50s.
The biggest,
They do it and then they summarize it.
Yeah.
Don't keep 2020 out, brother.
Yeah, because 2020 deserves it.
It's going to be a new. I mean, it'll just be a new decade.
There's more happened this year in,
No, but
in 6 months.
this
than
last decade
last year.
was nuts.
No,
I'm
this
talking about
decade
from the
was
2012 scare,
This decade was
the
nuts.
election.
all the
Oh, it's crazy.
that was crazy.
Wait, the what?
The world ended.
The world-
That's
Oh,
what
yeah,
I'm saying. Y'all, this decade was crazy. Barack Obama being a black president, all that shit
All
was
that.
like we be forgetting. We
Donald
was on Twitter,
Trump, motherfucker, being the
all that
president.
shit, and them calling for Barack Obama's documents and calling
Oh, yeah.
Michelle monkeys, and that shit
Right.
was really happening.
Yeah, last real life.
It's not a joke.
Yeah, what we're living through right now is crazy history, man, and not the great and not the good kind, sadly.
Well, depending on who you ask.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That's true. And hopefully it ends out on the hopefully
I love when you do that.
it ends out on the good side.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
I honestly just see it getting a lot worse. Especially Trump's cornered now. He's very irrational, but he wants to make a statement. So when that shooting happened, the looting happened, he said that prior to being cornered in a bunker.
Yeah, that was a 20.
He's going to do something to be heard.
Bring your
again.
ass out, nigga.
Somebody
Burn that
like
shade.
I don't know if people understand. Other nations see the world like burning right now.
Yeah.
And they
Like
they see us as a
they
joke.
already were laughing at us,
Man.
but now we're burning and we're.
If I'm other nations, I'm pulling out a relationship with the United States. I'm like, y'all are pathetic.
Man, we're done with you.
Whore. Your president's in a bunker while the country's burning. The fuck
That's
is
really what's
going
happening now. The president's in the bunker while the country's burning.
The White House.
President.
Good leader.
President you are.
I mean, granted, this is another thing. He was a celebrity. He's not a president. That's what it is.
And that's what everybody's been trying
He's
to.
like, I didn't sign up for this.
Right. I didn't know this was gonna happen. Like,
I thought it was gonna be smooth.
Right. I didn't sign up for this. Ivanka, let's go.
Well,
right, dude.
We're out because I didn't sign up for none of this.
I'll punch him in his smug face.
Oh
How
my
does he
God! Let
survive
me.
this? Like,
Man, I don't know. I think he resigned. I literally think he
He
resigned.
ain't resigning. But
and so he doesn't resign, right? But what happens? How did he survive? Because he can survive this.
I don't think. Other
and
people-
Joe
I don't
Biden,
think-
you're nasty. I
But
mean,
how?
Joe Biden, you're nasty. I see right
How
through
is
it.
this over?
Get out,
Like,
nigga,
this
get out
would
the
be
Black thing.
brushed past.
With
Because
the black thing?
No, he was
He
marching
can
this
get
week.
brushed past
Oh.
and he will stay president. But how does something like that?
He's I see right
The
through it.
thing, Trump has evaded.
He got
so
killed for the black
much.
thing he just said. Like he be saying the worst.
He's
things
like
in the world.
Felix.
Right.
He like does it to himself.
Right. That's he literally was just Felix. What he just said about black people, he said, and if you're not for the cause, you're not black, or said something
Yeah,
crazy.
if you're,
like,
if you're
what?
voting for Trump, then you're not black.
It's like, whoa, what?
It's like you don't
can't
get
tell
to
me.
say
Right, right.
Yeah.
What?
To me.
You don't make that call.
So
Joe.
yeah, and then now he's protesting.
I bet.
He
You
really
know what he's out there
he's been protesting this week.
He said, I've always been for black people.
Joe Biden.
It
like,
sounds
check-
like Bill
he said,
Gluckman.
check the record,
Y'all know
bro.
Bill Gluckman
He's like,
is?
I know that
From
name.
Malibu's Most Wanted.
Oh, I hate him. I hate that movie
Black.
with the white guy that was
But
acting
Joe
black.
Biden is like Bill Gluckman to me. What you say? Vote for Gluckman. Oh,
He's the worst.
That movie's hilarious.
Yeah, he's the worst. But yeah, I mean, that kind of summarizes.
I mean, that sums up the week. I cannot stand when people keep talking, when people are on social media, and this kind of brings back what we were talking about earlier. We see you because you can't continue.
You always say that. We see you.
Because you cannot
be saying
continue to post things not relevant to what's going on. You
Right.
look a certain type of way.
Yeah.
You look
That
a certain type
is
of way.
also
If you're
annoying.
not posting anything good or bad, I went to some of my friends' pages that I know are police officers. They haven't posted anything. A couple of them have messaged me though, like on the low, like, hey, I want you to know, I'm not for none of this.
Right.
Like I wish I could be out there, which tells me you cannot be a good cop. Goes back to my original point.
Right.
The system does not allow for you to be a good cop.
Right. 'cause
It doesn't allow.
the rules they're following aren't good. How
If
could
you're a
you?
good cop, turn in your badge and get out here with us.
Right.
Because to me, that's all it's coming to.
Right.
That's irrational because then there's also cops like the video I saw from Houston where he rallied everybody and said, "You see any of them white dudes around here on skateboards breaking stuff? Take them out the game
All right.
Right.
because we're out here marching with y'all."
Right.
That's how you do it.
Right.
Right.
That's how you turn in your
You
badge.
use your privilege.
You use your but this was a man of color. He was
No, that's what I'm saying. You got to at that
But
point. You have
you have
privilege.
privilege with a badge.
With a badge.
Yeah, for sure.
And you cannot use it the right way.
Yeah.
So when I say turning your badge, that's what I mean.
Right.
You got to make a statement because it's not enough to be white and just not be racist. You often have to be anti-racist.
Right.
Right.
I heard Andrew Schultz say that. I think.
Yeah,
And I
fuck
was just
him,
like,
man.
that's it.
But yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's it.
But I really hope he's not at any protest.
But that is
He said
you
fuck
can't.
it.
No, you're right.
You
You're right.
can't-
That's
it's not
exactly
enough
right.
to
His
say, well,
statement
I'm
is
not
good.
racist.
It's debate.
I can't tell.
Right. His statement is completely right, but don't show up to none of our protests.
But yeah.
Yeah, the we had a successful weekend. The two good protests.
Yeah. So where does America go from here?
I couldn't tell you.
Does she repent?
No,
I couldn't tell
it's
you.
way too much.
I really couldn't tell you. This is
I
a scary
can't-
time we're living in.
I can't
Hey.
see it. Not under this presidency. Not under this. There's too many people in power still right now. As far as, and when I say empowered, I mean MAGAs. People that feel a certain type of way about.
So,
all that.
but like, are y'all? Do y'all got Khalil, Holden, everybody? Do y'all got a little bit of tremble of fear that this
could be it. Yeah, I mean that's how
this could be
I think.
started like a civil war.
Could be.
Yeah, definitely could be. But not.
It's scary to see what happens or to think about it.
The crazy
That's
thing
the
is,
other
is I don't
thing.
even-
That's the other thing that
I think if civil war happens, end of the world. That's what I believe. If that happens, if America,
Donald Trump's father was arrested after a Klan riot in Queens. He was at the KKK.
yeah,
riot.
for sure.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Anonymous just posted that. That's what they just posted a second ago. And
I-
they posted the article under.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Correct.
if there's a civil war, America, it's done. It will be done.
oh yeah, if there's a civil war, America's done.
It's got to be
It's
started.
done.
America's done.
DONE.
Done. Well,
Which?
we know what the
That's
scripture
two.
says.
That's what I was about to say. The
How
witch.
many years?
There's gonna be a lot of people weeded out. A lot. And man, I've always said, I think it's gonna happen in my lifetime. Always said that since we was in 8th grade, 9th grade, whatever. Since we
You
first
think we'll
started.
see the end of the world?
I've always said that. I've always
Well,
said
I
I'll
think
see
we'll
the
see the
return.
beginning of the end of the world. Like we'll see the fall of America in our lifetime. We'll see
Right.
the fall of America, but it'll take. There's a whole bunch of things that have to
For
follow
sure,
suit
for
after
sure.
that.
Yeah, this ain't no
It's a
year process. It ain't no
great-
10-year process. It's a long year process.
Like
Like
the we're already seeing the economy
We've already seen-
fall.
right.
And all that shit takes a while, but we're seeing the fall. America is not. Everybody's saying like America's not looking great. She's not looking like. In fact, right now, here's the thing: if we were to get invaded, right, it'd be a perfect time.
Oh, we'd be
Everybody
what?
sick and fighting each
Because
other.
a house divided cannot stand. All
Right.
it takes is Korea to be like,
Let's get it.
Fuck them.
fuck them.
We'll crush
fine.
We
them.
got this.
It's
We're
not-
Fuck 'em.
Done.
We're way more.
Because you know you got black people in the military ready to pull out.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm not fighting
I'm
for y'all.
surprised. I bet.
I'm not fighting for y'all.
Right. Fuck y'all,
Fuck y'all.
man.
What are we talking about?
Go where? No, I'll fight here in my own country.
I'll
How
fight in
about
my home country. Where the real fight is.
that? All right.
Like Muhammad Ali done told y'all.
Right.
But that's a different topic
Exactly.
another day. But yeah, it's just a wild time, man. I would caution everybody to, do your own due diligence with your own research.
Educate yourself.
Educate yourself.
Teach yourself.
And talk to people. Get different perspectives. Get out there and talk to other people.
If you're
and
white, find out how you can help.
yeah, if you're white,
Find
you
out.
find out how to use your privilege and don't take that as an offense. That's not an
not
offensive
offense
term.
at all.
We all
Wear
wish
it as a wear it.
wear it. We
Yeah,
all wish
that's
we
a-
could. You just
be
got to
proud
use it
of
for
it.
good. Fuck, I done seen so many white people on the front get in between
Get in between.
the cops and the black people like, no. And then I done seen the cops retreat.
Throwing we saw throwing the tear
Throwing it
gas back.
Yeah.
Throwing it back.
And that's how you use you get in between.
Yep.
Like don't touch my brother.
And that's
shit
how.
like that.
That's why I said.
So
at the
that's why I got
beginning,
Hunter at all the
feels-
riots with me.
Man, Hunter was on the
And
front
he's
line.
tall.
I got.
Yeah, because I
Yeah,
know
I got
I know
Hunter on the picture of Hunter on
I'm
the
standing
front
behind when they run up on me.
Fucking right.
But I mean, yeah, we can wrap up there. I mean, now there's not really much.
I don't.
else
Yeah,
to talk
I
about.
really don't want to make this a podcast anything about other than this.
Yeah, no, it don't need to be.
Don't need to be.
Don't
And
need to be. We're talking about the most
Hey,
relevant thing.
yeah, I was about to say
I thought
anything. I mean,
There's
what else
riots
happened?
happening right
I
now.
can't even think of anything else. to
NBA's
talk
back
about
in
now.
2 months.
Man, I'm not in that type of. There's riots happening right now.
Oh,
in Beaver
right.
Creek, Columbus.
Oh, okay,
Like we
okay.
can go up either way
Right.
and
Right.
get to it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a riot. Yeah, and boy, God love Childish Gambino right now.
You find a way. Don't you?
I seriously do, but I was just a thought popped in my mind. Fuck, I lost my thought. Oh no. Also, though, there has to be, and I talked to Tay on the phone about this. We kind of went back and forth on ideas and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But there has to be ends to the mean.
Yeah.
Because right now we're as a collective we're moving hot-headed right now. We're moving irrationally and stuff like that. T.I. issued a blackout for
June 7th or July 7th?
July 7th.
July 7th.
July 7th.
I think it's July.
July 7th. It was July 7th.
Oh, you're right.
I also seen somebody with a real good tweet today saying that we should, and black people should have been doing this, but we should boycott July the 4th
Real
right
quick,
now.
what's the significance of July 7th?
I don't know why they said that. I don't know.
I didn't know if that was.
There might
No.
There's no significance. He just picked a day.
No.
All right.
I mean, I know something that's happened around those dates, but I don't know if I know about like the Nation of Islam and stuff like that, but I lost my fucking train of thought. But yeah, no, there was also somebody saying that we should boycott, and people's been calling for this for years, but you know, why should America celebrate 4th of July this year? She's been pathetic. You don't get no presents. You don't get to celebrate July the 4th.
We're going
Why are you celebrating your declaration?
Let's really light some shit up.
Right.
You got firecrackers for your ass.
Okay. I don't know, man. They took. I'm
but
there.
no, again, we need to come together as a nation and we have to follow up. We have to follow up. Unless here's the thing, and I was gonna tell Sheedy this, that unless motherfuckers is really ready to go and put their foot on the pedal, then we really gotta, this time, we gotta pull our black dot. There has to be, because it can't be, okay, we protest for a week, we all get worn out, and then we're done, and then we wait for the next killing, and then we burn more shit. It has to be more constructed. Unless we've all usurped those steps and was just like, no, we're just burning everything down. Yeah. Right. And then at that point, I'll get my lighter and I'll get my pitchfork and I'll be out there with you guys. But we gotta all figure out if we're all there yet. And everybody's not to that point yet to where it's go time, because I don't feel like packing up all my bags.
Right.
I was about to say, that's the end of our Rick and Morty episode of burn the whole bit thing down. Everybody standing like, now where do we sleep, guys?
Right.
No, everybody,
I was telling Hunter a couple days, I'm like, are we really ready to pack up all our shit?
Man, the podcast ain't started yet.
Man, like, because let shit really start burning.
Yeah, but the Noahidols will always be here, and that's a fact.
That's crazy talk. I mean, that's just crazy talk. I mean, let this bitch burn down. I know where I'm going.
Well, if we were in Houston already, it'd be burnt.
That's true.
They set that mother on fire.
I wouldn't mind going to Egypt. I'm just saying.
No more podcasts there.
I'm just saying.
They can move.
Yeah, well, you want to wrap up?
Yeah.
Let's give a sincere thank you to people that are not of color but have been doing their part. To the police departments like Springfield. Like, the reason why Springfield's protest wasn't forceful was because like you said, Dorian went behind the scenes to make things work.
Shout out D Hunt, man.
Shout out Mayor Hunt. Shout out
He's
D.
gonna
Hunt,
get a special shout out. Yeah.
For real. Because
this is legendary shit.
there didn't need to be forceful because
he talked to him. We heard it. Well, we all heard it.
He was in the car setting it up when we were on the way home. So thank you to them for letting us, peacefully protest. Not every protest is gonna go like that though.
Right.
This one, because Springfield police messaged with us like that, it went that way. But shout out, I just want to make sure that because we did a whole podcast of bashing people that deserve it, but
and there will be more.
Yeah, there'll be more because
there's
people
more
are just
sick
ignorant.
people, and I got names
People
and
are
stuff
ignorant.
like that. I'm taking names, like I'm sick of it.
I'm taking names.
Because I'm done.
We can go there.
I got a hit list.
I went to a predominantly white school and I seen a lot of people not say anything that watch this podcast.
Yeah, and I seen
there's some black people too.
Then there's some white fucking girls out there that are that really done piss me off. That really done piss me off.
But this ain't
at least there.
And there's some white, and then there's some white men that impress me that are with some black women. Man, y'all gotta be out there, man.
Yeah,
y'all ain't about to be sticking dick and pussy in each other and not be out there.
If I don't understand,
Richie Ichi's wife, shout out to you.
If you're white, like I was going back.
Get your ass out there.
If you have
Get
a
your
black
ass out
friend,
there.
if you have any upon black, this is for you. How would it not be? This, like Stephen said at the very beginning of the podcast, this is happening at an alarming rate. just because it hasn't happened to you or somebody you know yet.
Right, don't
it
wait.
won't- Right,
Be
don't wait.
proactive.
Right, don't wait. Why would you want? Because then if it happens to your friend, then you're out on the front line.
Right.
No, this is how it's like it's a humanity thing.
Right.
It's and it's clearly for no reason. People always have that. That ain't happening to me. No, that happened over there until it fucking happens to you.
Right. Right.
So-
and now you want to be out. Okay.
Right.
Cool. But
yeah, a lot of nasty people out there. But again, like Shane said, shout out to the people that was out there. We seen people of all different shades, colors, and ethnicities, religions, and it was all love. It really was. And shout out. I also want to shout out to some of the small businesses y'all said that were being destroyed. They were out there. They were handing out water, medical supply. Like
yeah. Oh man, I got so many that I'm going to
and that's
make
what
a
I'm
video of
saying.
it.
Yeah, we walked through some of the
Brick
businesses.
Street. There was a bunch of them on Brick
and
Street.
a bunch of
Oregon
District.
District.
managers and people
Barrel
owners,
House.
all out handing out in full support.
Granola bars,
granola
snacks,
bars.
all
So
that.
don't let
The
them hijack this,
mainstream.
and
Right.
don't let them hijack that story.
Please don't let. Yeah.
Don't
we
let them
hit on
hijack
that
that
good
story.
enough.
Don't
Go
let
to
them
an
hijack.
accurate place to get your news.
Go to the damn protest your fucking self,
Right.
and have
If you have
an
any
unbiased reporter. I was
Exactly.
talking to my homeboy Alejandro too about it because he was telling me they was throwing water bottles and stuff, and we was kind of joking. I'm just like, damn, you want unbiased people out there recording.
Right, for sure.
We need it. We need
Yeah.
it documented. Because
Right.
if we ain't doing no wrong, which we shouldn't be, and everything we doing is justified, we don't care for cameras on us.
Exactly.
It's the motherfucking crooked cops that are Xing out their cameras
Right.
and don't want nobody recording, and that
Exactly.
should tell you why. You should
Right.
understand why.
Right.
So we need
The fact
all.
is, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
They had
the orange.
Ohio.
The orange. Yeah, they
It's
had.
all taped on. Their cameras all taped.
So, but the thing is, and we can get out.
No, they got there's a special law for when riots
And-
happen.
and like I told
there's a
Shane for the
special.
podcast,
It's called the
that's-
1992 Enable Act.
That
to where
is crazy.
It's
Why would
permission.
you turn? That is permission. That's a green light.
It's a permission to, hey, do whatever you got to do to get this in order.
Right.
We don't care if you do the law. We don't care what you have
Yeah.
to do. Get in order.
Yeah.
The fuck?
But we're seeing a rise of people. There were some people that slid up on my Snapchat story the other day. I left their message there for a minute because I'm like, I don't feel like I know what that's about to be. And I
Right.
opened it and it was like, good. I hope they burn it down. I'm like,
Right, motherfucker.
yeah, because there was a couple of people I looked and I saw their message. I'm like, I'm gonna have to give it to them in a minute. So I'm gonna wait
Right.
until I got some time.
Right.
But
Yeah, get us out of here, man.
cool.
Yeah,
well, I mean,
another
what to
good
expect? What y'all predict? Where we going next?
I predict we'll be at more protests.
Sure.
More footage.
More footage, but I mean, just more.
Hey,
Like I said, this is our
Hey.
generation. This is the time.
all troublesome gotta say is shout out to Malcolm and shout out to Martin because marching,
Oh
protesting day after fucking
that day,
I was.
Honey was in
vicious.
Air Max.
No,
and was
nigga,
crushed.
yesterday.
I got 4 motherfucking blisters.
Not only that, like I really realized how dished I was when I went to the protest in Springfield because I was like, I'm dished. I was at the Springfield protest and in my brain I'm like, I don't got it in me.
Right,
have
your
any more-
voice, your voice,
I don't have
your
no
voice.
voice. I don't have it in me.
I don't have any more obscenities.
and like Shane-
I don't know what else they got.
Shane or Hunter was telling me like them motherfuckers out there doing it in suits and fucking dress shoes, and they were
In a
marching.
briefcase.
So shout out to them because I mean they were definitely a different breed for real. They was dropping 50 in the protest. Them niggas is crazy.
Man.
Cool. If you ain't black, if you ain't for the cause, shut up. We don't care. We ain't listening anyways. If you are halfway for the cause and you have something other than Black Lives Matter to say, get out the way.
Mm-hmm.
And we see y'all just coming to the
Y'all-
protest just to be in the mix, not to
Yeah.
support
And
the
take
cause.
pictures and make them profile
Yeah.
pictures, but that's a different topic for a different day. But like Shane said, if you're halfway indecisive and all that stuff like that, we allotted you a lot of time from 2012 till now to figure it out.
Yep.
Time's up.
And guess what?
Time.
Guess what? We even allotted you a week. I gave a lot of people this week a week to say something.
Right. Week's over.
You had enough time, and you started posting little. Okay, cool.
All right. Yeah.
And don't make the mistake of this was my thing. We were in and right here. I told Stephen the only reason I made that stat is because I usually don't post on Facebook about anything like that.
Right.
Y'all know.
Right.
Y'all know how I feel.
Right.
People around me
No,
know
you
exactly
you
how
know
I
the difference
feel.
between a motherfucker that doesn't post already and just ain't posting.
Right.
Then as opposed to a motherfucker sharing everything.
Right.
And then now all of a sudden
Silent.
It's silent.
there's the biggest thing
Right.
going on in the country
But-
and you don't got
but-
nothing.
but- even
Worse,
my
you're-
thing-
You're making. Go ahead.
But even like my thing, how y'all said, white people need to use their privilege.
yeah.
So that was if anything called for a post, this is one of the times. So
All right.
use your privilege.
Don't feel obligated. just do what's in your heart. If it's not
Well,
in your
that's
heart,
don't
post it.
right,
Like,
exactly. I'm just
'Cause I know you know where you stand in your heart of
right,
hearts.
exactly. I'm saying don't assume.
Yes.
Like I said, I was like my friends, they know exactly
Yeah.
what it is with me, but everybody else don't. So
Right. And perception's reality.
And perception's reality.
Yep. Yep. So I'm pretty much done. We called out all the nasties.
For this week.
For this week, there will be more to be announced next week or in a couple days.
Yep.
There will be a lot more to announce in a couple days, and more information will come out in a couple days, and the goalposts may change in a couple days. Who knows? All I got to say is Donald Trump, get your ass from outside of the bunker and come run the fade. You should be on you should be on the POTUS lawn right now talking your shit. You talk all that shit. You need to get your big orange ass up out of that bunker and come figure some shit out.
You're a pedophile.
Because you got a lot of people at the
You
White
can't say
House.
when the looting happens, the shooting happens,
And then go run. Kind of president is that? George Washington is rolling over in his goddamn grave.
Right, at least he would have.
Abraham Lincoln is rolling over in his grave.
At least he would have sent one of his house niggas out there to go do something.
He would have pressed the button. Donald Trump, you're a fucking coward.
Literally.
Nigga. And I thought you was savage.
All that talk.
All that talk, man. I knew you was all. I really knew you was all talk. I really did, because I knew you was all talk because you real good with the words and you real slick. So you obviously can't back it up because that's too much talent.
Right.
Way too much. That God don't bless you with that much talent. Get real.
Right. Cool.
This was episode 38.
38.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Get us
Riots,
out
riots, more riots. Go listen to Blood by Kendrick Lamar. This is the Noahidols podcast. I am Troublesome. This is Joe. That is 007. He was in his fucking bag this week. He lived up to his name. He is a double agent. That's all I'm going to fucking say.
And that's
This is the Noahidols. Khalil's over here. Shout out to him. He was on the fucking front line as well. Holden was there as well. Shout out to all my people. We all rock. That's how we're going to give it up. More content for your head tops. This is the Noahidols 38. We out. I didn't say peace, love, and all that, but fuck it. Because it really ain't that right now.
Yeah, it ain't no peace.
No, yeah, you're right.
No justice.
No
peace. Yeah.
No justice, no peace, no justice,
No racist ass police.
Hey, what did he say? He said, I can't breathe. Get off my neck.
I was like,
I can't breathe.
And that was the best shit. I'm like, what?
Especially when the dude started yelling, "Get off my back!"
the worst was, whose street? Our street. I'm like, huh?
I'm from
That's what this is about.
Street or 50?
That's what this is about.
Where we at?